See guys, my driving wasn't that bad, right? I can handle this big van. I think that's Bobby Hill right there. He is the python expert for South Florida Water Management District. I'm actually curious as to how one gets into python hunting. I don't really think it's a major in college. Bobby? Hey, Molly, nice to meet you.
Bob Hill from South Florida Water Management. How y'all doing?
Thanks for taking the time to meet with us today. Okay. You are the python expert, huh?
Python, yes sir. Okay.
How does one get into this profession? 2004,
I had my crew chief and a planner schedule doing a right-of-way inspection out here on the levee, and they found a large snake. I was out doing data collecting, so the next day I came out and rode a levee, and I found two, and I said, they're not native, they don't belong out here. And I just started documenting more and more snakes to where I found roadkills on the side of the highway, everything, Burmese pythons, everything from Alligator Alley all the way down to the National Park.
And these aren't little tiny baby snakes. These
are 16 the largest one is 16.5 feet. Wow. I found them with bobcat claws in the belly, deer hooves in their stomach, everything from coons, possums, squirrels, rats, rabbits. Maybe alligators. After the first year, there's no really any predator for them.
So they've really become the apex predator.
They're the top of the predator chain. Occasionally, an alligator will win, and occasionally the python wins. And the pythons don't belong out here in the Everglades.
Yeah.
They compete with the natives for food, for habitat, and like I said, after the first year, there's really no predators out here for them, and they just do what they want to.
So you've been out here hunting today. Have you had any success?
Well, not right now. I've caught this one earlier in another area.
Whoa.
It's about 8.5, 9 foot male.
You hear that hissing? He's excited. He's ready for his debut.
And he
okay. So how long is this one?
About 8.5, 9 foot.
Okay. Yeah. Is this like a common size that you're finding, or it's?
This is one of the average size for a male, about 8 foot, 9 foot.
What kind of prey can a snake this size take down?
Molly?
Rabbit, coon, possum, hog.
Me up to here.
A young hog, baby alligators.
Really? Okay, yeah. Well, you can hear that hissing. That's a great defense mechanism. I think that would deter me from getting him out of the bag, but maybe not Bobby. He's been doing it a little longer.
So you're going to bring him out of the bag?
Right.
Okay.
So the head is the main thing you want to control, right, Bobby? And that would be why. Those are some great little teeth there, aren't there?
They got 4 rows of teeth on top, the curved back.
Let's try and pull this
bag
away. I just met you, Bobby. I trust you a lot right now.
Yeah.
Watch out, he got his teeth out.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good dentist.
I'm going to get the whole bag here.
Yeah. Okay, so we're getting him out now.
One was caught in another area.
Okay.
He's about 8.5, 9 foot male. And
wow. I have the lower half of his body and I can feel how heavy it is.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want him in this position? Is this comfortable?
Leave him like this. Is it okay like this?
Yeah. Okay.
Alrighty.
Cool. So this coloring is beautiful. They use this to camouflage, right?
Right. And you can pick up on the little bit of shine when they're in the bushes. That's how I pick them up for the difference.
Uh-huh.
And the color pattern, they blend in real good with the surrounding areas. You pick a little bit of the shine and the pattern a little bit different.
Right. Is this a Burmese python?
It's a Burmese python.
Okay.
And you can see how the colors are close to the same as their habitat.
Yeah.
So where did these pythons come from?
Well, these pythons here were bred, or they bred out here in the Everglades. Some of them came from after Hurricane Andrew. Buildings were tore up in the storm. They got loose.
From pet trade?
From pet trade, from personal owners.
Okay.
And some of them were accidental releases. Some were intentional releases where they just came out. They didn't want to euthanize the snake, they turned it loose. When you get a snake as a pet, you're going to have to keep it for 20, 25 years. That means you got to feed it, take care of it.
Even when they get this big, right?
It eats, can eat a lot of food.
Yeah.
And when they get 16 feet long, they eat larger animals, it costs more to feed them. And after a while, people get tired of them, or they go to school or they graduate, They leave them at home and nobody wants them. So they just turn them loose or they get loose.
So Bobby, I hear you can smell these guys.
Well, when they get excited, they do emit a musk odor and you can't smell it.
I feel like this one's pretty
It's more
excited.
like a defense. When they get excited or challenged, they'll discharge a musk odor and it's pretty nasty and you can pick up on it.
That's awesome.
Though we were ready for the interview to be over, the python was not. As Bob and I tried to put the male back into the snake bag, we were reminded of just how powerful these animals can be in both muscle and jaw strength.
I'll tell you what, the orange bag, yeah, on the outside.
After a little struggle and no blood from the people or snake, phew, he was back in his bag, ready to be radio transmitted. If he only knew they were going to send him back into the wild to hang with the females, he may not have been so reluctant. Hey Mike, this is crazy.
How are you? Quite an encounter here.
Yeah.
I was actually wondering what kinds of problems the snakes are causing.
Well, as we talked about, they're eating the natural prey items here in the Everglades, but we're of course on the edges of Miami, and there are homeowners who are finding missing pets and finding large snakes in their yards. So besides the natural threat, there's a threat to our human population.
Yeah. You're seeing those teeth just now on just a 9-footer. I can't imagine the teeth on a 16-footer and the problems they would be causing.
The python won't go out and chase you down and attack you. Like to say they're an ambush hunter. But if you were to actually kick it, it would strike, not knowing what it hit it, it would do a defense strike.
Sure.
Or if it was shedding and the eyes were clouded up, it was striking a noise, not knowing what it is, a hard time seeing. But to chase you down and hunt you down and attack you, I sure doubt that would ever happen. But they do
Well,
have
that's
the
a
tools.
relief. There's one less thing to be concerned
They do have
about.
the tools to cause serious damage or even kill an adult. They've got in the paper where a kid was killed 2 years ago, and recently in Nebraska, a pet owner was killed by his boa, which is unheard of.
And it's not the bite that's killing, it's that
when they-
boa constrictor.
And when they constrict,
movement.
when you exhale, they keep tightening up, and you suffocate.
Yeah, pleasant, right?
But to be
Yeah,
chased
that's
down
nice.
and attacked by one, I sure that ever happened. But they do have the tools to do damage to you.
Well, clearly they're the apex predators here now, man. Wow, it's cool. Well, thank you so much. This has been great.
Pleasure's all mine.
Coming up next, you won't believe what this python had for lunch.
I'll be back.
Hey, me too.
Yeah, I guess so.